Hey everybody. So it's quite cold today, so I'm having a little coffee in Tawaka. I think actually at DCA at Carthay Circle they serve this. I think they call it a vintage coffee or something to that effect. It's quite good. A little splash of Tawaka as opposed to Irish cream gives your coffee just a little bite. Warms your soul. But I just finished Buckminster Fuller's book, Operation Manual for Spaceship Earth. I believe it first came out in 1969. The book itself actually relates Earth relates Earth to a spaceship or some sort of ship flying through the cosmos, and obviously there's no user guide or user manual for Earth to help us Earthlings steward our ship. So Mr. Fuller wrote a book, hence the title Operation Manual for Spaceship Earth. And you've heard me say Spaceship Earth a few times if you watch these videos. And in the book, there's some reflections, there's some prognostications, and there's some guidance that's sort of based on contemporary concepts like education, which is critically important for all of us, economics, ecology, and technology, because the reality is our spaceship Earth needs some repair and some care. We've been abusing it for far too long. And I know a lot of people don't really dig that concept, so I thought I'd try a different approach. I'm going to show you some pictures of some amazing things that happen on this planet that are worth saving and worth trying to preserve if we just, do simple things like stop throwing certain crap away, stop burning certain things, etc., etc. I don't want to go off on some rant, but take a look at these pictures here. This is a volcano in Indonesia. And you'll know why I pick it here in a second. You're going to see blue lava. And what this is the sulfuric gases. They're under so much pressure that when this volcano, pops, that the lava reacts with the air. And because there's so much sulfuric gas, it appears blue. Take a look at these pictures. Isn't that amazing? I think that's amazing. What's another one? Take a look at these pictures. This is in Antarctica. These are snow chimneys, if you can believe it. Snow chimneys. Take a look. So as you can see, there's steam basically coming out of the chimneys, and obviously that's caused by the air that's in the chimney gets trapped and begins to heat up and it escapes through the top, creating the appearance of a chimney. And all it really is atmospheric pressure changes. But pretty cool. I don't know if I'd go so far as to call it a phenomena, but I think it's interesting. Well, here's one we all heard of all the time: the auroras, or the Aurora Borealis. I have personally seen these, and they are breathtakingly amazing. The only way I can describe it live is watching almost like a giant paintbrush going across the sky, and they swirl and roll and disappear as fast as they appear, and they are absolutely majestic and amazing. But take a look at these pictures right here. Right? Aren't those just breathtaking? And we all know that those are caused by disturbances in the, what's it called, the magnetosphere, and it's sort of caused by solar winds, and there's these charged particles that become ionized, and that sort of creates those colors. It typically happens, obviously, up near the top of Spaceship Earth, where that kind of stuff can happen, but interesting just the same. Take a look at this next thing. This is the River of Five Colors in Colombia. Take a look at these pictures. Did you even know that existed? I didn't. Isn't that beautiful? And basically, what's causing that? Well, there's some sort of red plant that grows, I think, amongst the rocks in the riverbed that creates the red look. Obviously, there's some black and colored rocks. There's some green algae and some yellow sand, and light begins to reflect. I think it's most beautiful from, I think they said, October to November. No, you can't swim in it, but still beautiful just the same, and reasons for doing more to keep Spaceship Earth, floating and healthy. How about, this is kind of a fun one. Take a look at these pictures. This is Lake Hiller in Australia. Take a look. It's like a Pepto-Bismol lake, right? Obviously, same sort of thing. These are the salt that's in the water, the salinity. Anyway, the salt that's in the water mixes with microalgae and creates that Pepto-Bismol pink lake. Pretty cool, though, isn't it? I think so. Take a look. Take a look at these clouds. They're known as morning glory clouds. Take a look. Now, those appear a lot in Australia, and basically, obviously that's just low-level atmosphere, a solitary wave, two incoming, however clouds are created. I don't 100% know myself, but not something you see every day, and they're just breathtakingly beautiful. They do appear other places other than Australia, but I thought they were kind of cool. How about, it's known as Blood Falls, again in Antarctica. Take a look. Right, now obviously that's just oxidized iron that's in the water that once it hits air, it gives you that red color. Literally the water is rusting, I suppose. No different than iron itself. But pretty cool. Boy, if you want to make a horror movie in the snow, that's the place you want to go. I thought it was kind of fun. Take a look at this picture. Take a look at this beach. This is a beautiful beach. Take a look. Now that's in Maldives, which is in South Asia, for those of you who don't know. And obviously that's the bioluminescent, we'll say algae and reflecting off of moonlight that creates those, what's it called? What do you call it? Like photoplankton, I think. Big ships will churn it up sometimes. Things of that nature. But on this beach, you can see each night in the moonlight how beautiful it actually is. Worth saving, I think. What's another one? Take a look. This is pretty cool. Volcano Lightning. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Take a look at these pictures. So what that is those are electrical discharges that are being caused by the colliding fragmentation of particles and volcanic ash that's sort of creating static electricity. I've never seen such a thing like that, but isn't that beautiful and amazing? Lightning in a volcano. So what else we got? We can probably just do one more. I don't know that it's a phenomena, but they're called lenticule clouds. Take a look at these pictures. So these are clouds that are, you know, they're, what's the word, tropospheric level, you're in the tropospheric. Typically, they have like a parallel alignment, obviously, to the wind, and they just sort of line up. But when you look at those pictures, do they remind you of anything? Like UFOs? So maybe all these hoople heads that keep thinking they see a UFO, all they're really seeing is a cloud. This really isn't a phenomena, natural occurring phenomena, but take a look at these pictures here. This is the Darvaza gas crater in Turkmenistan, and it's basically, I think the Russians were trying to drill for some methane or something like that, and something basically happened and created a crater, collapsed all their equipment. No one got hurt from what we understand, supposedly. And at that time, this was in the 60s or the 70s, they decided that the poisonous gas that was coming out of the crater needed to be ignited, and they thought it would burn off in a few days and no one would get hurt. Well, that was 50 years ago, and this shit's still burning. But take a look. Look at these pictures. Kind of interesting, right? I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm going with this, but beyond the idea of, I think we all need to take a minute, reflect. I don't have children, but many of you do, on the things that we do to this planet, our spaceship, and maybe we can start making some changes. You can't change stuff overnight, but Mr. Fuller used to talk about a concept, trim tabs. Many of you are familiar with boating. Trim tabs are on motors and on the transoms of boats, which is the back, and those trim tabs, subtle adjustments, allow you to do a great many things. And I think we need to be looking at things more like trim tabs, make these subtle adjustments so that we can make long-term corrections to everything we do, from what we put in our bodies, what we bury in the ground, and what we choose to do with our Spaceship Earth. Which, if you've not read this book, it's worth a read for those of you who choose to read, or I'm sure it's on Audible, I don't know, but it would be worth a listen, as long as the person reading it is interesting, because it's a little dry. Anyway, hopefully you dug some of those pictures. I thought they were fun, interesting Earth phenomena, naturally occurring phenomena, except for the gas crater, of course, we caused that, but I thought it was interesting just the same. So in this world, when you can be anything you want, you be kind, you be humble, you be forgiving, and you be melting snow. And try some Tawakan coffee. I think you'll find you'll like it. Take care.